Hey everybody out there, finally on time we are talking about the latest episode of Ash vs. the Evil Dead episode 5, which was entitled Host. And in the last episode we found out that Kelly actually got possessed by the demon. Before we get into this review, I want you guys to know I'm going to be starting off with a non-spoiler part. The first part of this video will be all non-spoiler. It'll be a very abbreviated, abridged version of what happened in the episode for those of you that didn't watch the episode yet. And then if you did watch the episode, stick around and I'll go into more spoilers where I kind of go into certain specific scenes in the episode that I really liked, and we talk about where it's going for the next episode. If you didn't watch the episode yet, after you get the abridged version, pause the video, go check out the episode, and put this in your watch later list, and then check it out later. Alright. I really like this episode because in the end of the last episode, Kelly, who was possessed by the demon, tried to kill Ash, and in return Ash kind of fought back because he was in his meditative state. The uncle tried to go into Ash and, reignite the flame that used to be there, and Ash kind of talked with himself for a bit, and he gained knowledge, let's put it that way, about, stuff that he kind of let go over the past 30 years. And this episode's all about fighting the demon. And unfortunately, there are some sad moments. The moments with Amanda and I forget who Lucy Lawless's character's name, because we only get to see brief moments of it. And I guess it's all building up for the finale, because I believe Ash vs. Evil Dead is only 6 episodes, and next week is the last episode. So I'm kind of disappointed with that. But overall, the story and the ending was really, really nice. Ash blames himself for everything that happens, and I like how Pablo tries to say, no, it's not really your fault, and Kelly's more the realistic person that says, yeah, basically, this and probably more than what you're saying is your fault. And there is one moment at the very end which I thought was really cool, and it played huge homage to Army of Darkness, even though Army of Darkness is not part of this universe, as I've said in almost every review so far, so I won't say it anymore. But really great episode. If you haven't checked out Ash vs. Evil Dead at this point, I would say either if next weekend they're doing like episode 1 through to the finale, if it is a finale, I'm not 100% sure because they weren't really promoting it like a finale. Maybe it's a mid-season finale. I don't even know. All I do know is episode 6 is going to be awesome. If they have all 6 episodes on at the same time, check them all out. If you missed out on it completely, maybe a DVD or Blu-ray set will be coming out in the next couple of months. Definitely check it out that way. If you're an Army of Darkness, Evil Dead fan, Bruce Campbell fan, you will love this series. And this episode was just as good as the past episodes. It was a slow start, but then it just built up to something awesome. That was my abridged version. I'm about to go into spoilers, so again, if you haven't watched the episode, pause the video, come back later, go check it out. Each episode is only about 30 minutes long, so not that long. Alright, so spoilers. We open up and Kelly, who's still possessed by the demon, plays it off that Ash was actually possessed by the demon, and Pablo's Brujo is about to perform an exorcism on Ash, and Ash isn't even possessed, and Kelly, who is possessed, and Pablo leave that part, and they're basically what they do is they go to Ash's trailer, and Kelly, being possessed, tries to kill Pablo, or attempts to throughout that scene. Like I said, you got Amanda and Lucy Lawless's character who are on the road trying to find Ash, and you only see them, honestly, for one scene, and it's them on the road and Ash's hand pointing in the right direction, where Ash is, pointing the direction where Ash is, and that's it. That is legitimately all you get from these characters in this story. I feel like they are really not playing. I mean, maybe they're playing, they're giving little tidbits of it till the next episode, but again, I feel like Amanda was a bit of a focal point for certain episodes, but now it's kind of like she fell in back with Lucy Lawless's character, and it's kind of like, yeah, this is going on, but the main stuff is right here. Not saying I want to be taken away from the Ash stuff. That's the stuff that I want to see, but if this is going to be a main, plot towards the finale, I would like to see a little bit more development, or actually have them catch up to Ash finally. So that was what we got with them. Then we go back to Ash. Ash finally, getting the gag off of his mouth, tells Pablo's uncle, I'm not possessed, it's Kelly, and you have him and her alone in my trailer. And that's when all hell breaks loose, and it switches the episode from trying to have the exorcism on Ash to having the exorcism on Kelly. And things do not go very well. Huge fight happens, really awesome with Ash. And the stuff that he learned in the last episode comes back to him in this episode, where he said, we never ask questions. We shot first, ask questions later. And that was something Ash was missing. So slowly we see Ash's fire, as they say, growing. And Pablo, before this, apologizes to his uncle for being far, for leaving. And the uncle's like, no, I shouldn't have pushed you away. But still, you found the Jefe. You found Ash. So you are still certain, you have certain abilities, and you need to stay with Ash. And what happens is, throughout this fight, is a bit of a very sad spoiler. Pablo's uncle ends up dying. So the deaths so far are Kelly's father, and already dead mother, and now Pablo's uncle. And they actually defeat the demon. I won't say how. You got to watch this episode to figure it, to see it for yourselves. Pablo does a ceremonial kind of like burial, but not burial, kind of like cremation for the uncle. And now, basically, Kelly lost her family, Pablo lost his family, and Ash lost a lot of things way back when. And Lucy Lawless's character still blaming everything on Ash. I believe that's just to kind of, seduce Amanda into helping her out with finding and stopping Ash. And that's really that's the most part, and that's the beef part of this episode. It was really good. The action scenes were great. It was great to see the demon finally slayed in the end. Will he come back, though? Is he really gone completely? Kelly is no longer possessed, or is there still something, maybe some little remnants of the demon still inside of her somewhere? I don't know, but I'm really excited to see where episode 6 is going to bring us. Obviously, there's a season 2, it was mentioned, so the finale is going to end on a cliffhanger, or at least close enough to a cliffhanger, so I'm hoping that we get more episodes, but I believe 6 is the end. I believe everybody's saying it's 6 episodes. I believe somebody told me that before. I think when I did episode 1 and 2, I found out it was 6. But beside the point, I love it. I definitely recommend checking out Ash vs. Evil Dead. And that's really all I have to say about this episode and this series. So links in the description below. Check them out whenever you get the free time. Stuff for here, Frontline, Zone 4, Last Ember Press, and Frontline Gaming Zone. Till then, guys, take care, keep reading, keep collecting. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about Ash vs. Evil Dead. And until next time, everybody, I'll see you guys in the next video.